Bismillah. Let's go back to our design. Okay. Now we are going to configure everything. We are going to configure the IP addresses on the router. So click on router. You want to follow the same steps? Maybe it's better for you. Let's go the same sequence, okay? So that you don't get confused. Configure terminal. As I said, this step, we don't need to do it here, okay? Enable, you can type the command, but we are not going to use this in our exam, in our practical, all right? Okay, let's continue, please. We are going to change the host name for the router to R1. Okay, we need to put this command. Always put this command at the beginning. This will make your configuration easier. If you type something wrong, the router will not be trying to find out what is this. Because when you type something wrong, the router will think, oh, I think this is a domain. It will go and check in the DNS. So just say no lookup, no IP domain lookup, okay? No IP domain lookup. And then we need to enable secret password class. Secret, and it is encrypted. Okay, so let's do that. For the router, click on the router, CLI. Would you like, no, just say, no, I don't want to go to the automatic configuration. We are going to configure, enable host name, I think it's after we config terminal first. All right, host name, and it is R1, correct? Okay, now don't forget the domain, the command, no IP domain lookup, right? All right. This will make your life easier when you are configuring. Good. Now we need to configure the secret password. What's the command? Yes, enable secret plus. So what is our secret password? It's class. Oh, sorry, there's a spelling mistake here. Secret plus. All right. Continue. Now we need to configure password for our console port. Remember when I connected the cable from the PC, it did not ask me for password. Straight away I am connected. That's not secure. I need to configure a password on the console. So to do that, this is the command. You first will call the interface, line console 0, password Cisco, and you need to put login. If login is not there, it will not be active. So if in the exam, they ask you what's missing or why it's not working, because they forgot one of these steps. They are all important. So we go back here for router 1, line console, okay, and then which console? 0, because you might have more than one interface. Okay, and then password Cisco. Are we done? No. Log in. Log in will activate it. Okay, very good. Continue. Okay, now we need to configure the virtual connection and the telnet sessions. If someone is telnetting our router, also there we should put a password to secure our router or our switch. How do we do that? We do one command, line VTY يعني virtual terminal connections for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the meaning of 0 to 4. So how many virtual connections here I have? 5. Very good. Put your hands together, please. And then 5. Excellent. MashaAllah. 5. How do we know? Because 0 to 4. Okay. So let's do that. Line VTY 0 to 4. And then what's the command? Password. Password. What's the password for VTY? Cisco again. Okay. Are we done? Yes. Don't forget that, please. Now we are done. Okay. Now there is a very important command, and sometimes they ask you which command will encrypt all the plain text passwords on our switch or router. The command is service password encryption. Okay. But you have to exit. You have to go back one level because this is general command on the whole router. Service password encryption. That's it. Now we need to create a banner MOTD. Unauthorized users are not for authorized users only. Okay. MOTD. We have done this MOTD on the switch, I think, before. So we're gonna do it here again. The command is banner MOTD, meaning what? MOTD stands for what? Message of the day. Again, here we put the command MOTD, sorry, banner MOTD, message of the day, authorized users only, or maybe some people not unauthorized users are not allowed or are prohibited. Okay, like this, and then enter. Now, if I save and reload, you will get this message. All right. Now we need to go and configure the IP addresses. This is the command for IP addresses. And I will explain to you the command. We'll go to the router, interface, Giga. Just type G and tab, Giga Ethernet 0/0/0. And what's the IP address? Look at the table. The IP address for it is 192.168.0.1/24, meaning it's a class C. Very good. And this is the subnet mask. /24 translates to 255.255.255.0. Enter. Done. We need to do the same thing. We need here to give IP version 6 address also. Okay. That's why we need to use this command here at the beginning. If we are going to ask you for this command in the exam, we will give you the command, okay? So we will give you the syntax. You don't have to remember it or memorize it, okay? This is the command. So we'll go back here. Exit. SDM, what was it? SDM prefer default end. Yeah, it's not recognizable on our router, this command. Okay, let's continue. Now we need to give the IP address, IP version 6. So we give, this is IP version 4 address. IP version 6 also for the same interface. interface giga 0/0/, and then we put the IP version 6 address. See, for this new routers and switches, we don't need to put that command as daemon. That's why. Okay. And we need to give it also a link local IP address, which is this one. Enter. Okay. Don't forget to do no shutdown, because by default the router interface is disabled or shut down. For why? For security. Okay. Here, done with the configuration, then we put no shut, enter. Right? And then exit, and we will go to interface Giga Ethernet 0/0/1, and then we need to configure it. Okay? So let's do that. Always we put the IP when we configure an IP interface, we need to put also the subnet mask. Okay, look here what I'm doing. Exit from this interface. Then I will call the new interface Giga 0/0/1. Okay. And then we put paste IP address. Why we put 255.255.255.0? Because it's /24. It's a class C, correct? Now we need also to give the IP version 6 address, okay, which is you cannot use Control V here. You have to use the paste, okay? That's it. And then we do the link local also address. And then don't forget no shutdown, okay? Important. And then exit. Okay. Now we need to give a description. That's optional, but it's for you as administrator. This will give you a hint, will guide you when you see the description, then you know what is this interface for. Okay. So we can give a description to the router interface that this is connected to F0/5 on switch 1. Okay, so we can do that. All right, so we use this command. So we'll go back here, interface. Okay, and then the command is paste description connected to, can put anything here, and I can add this, okay, this in this interface is, and then I put whatever I like. Okay, that's it. We'll do the same thing for the G00 interface. Now look here. Can I just put interface here? Will it work if I put interface? I call the other interface. Let's see if it will work or not. It's working. You don't have to exit actually. The new routers, new operating system, you don't have to exit and go back, all right? You just continue because you are in the interface level. Okay? Now we need to put the description. Paste. enter. And then exit. We are done with the description. To enable IP version 6 routing, this is the command. Please don't forget that, okay? IP version 6 unicast routing. If you start just typing, if you don't want to type a lot, just type UNI tab, continue the command for you. Okay? And then this is very important. We need to copy our running configuration to our startup configuration. And then we need to set the clock. Okay? So let's do that. I'm here. I am on router 1. This is very important command. First of all, I will exit. Now copy run or running configuration to start up configuration. Enter and then enter. Don't change the name. Now we need to configure the clock. So to configure the clock, we will just type the command clock rate. Okay, clock set. And then you put the time. All right. All right. You can change or configure the clock. We have done clock now many times, so it will also come in the exercise, in the Excel. Okay, let's go next. Of course, the default setting for the switch, the interfaces are up. The router, the default is down. Okay. Now to configure the switch, we will do the same. Enable, configure terminal. Host name is switch 1, no IP domain lookup. This command is very important. We need to give an IP address to VLAN 1 on the switch, because this is how you are going to identify your switch. This is how you are going to manage the switch. We all learned that switch deals with MAC address. But in order for you to manage the switch, you need to configure VLAN 1 with an IP address. Then you can communicate with the switch. Okay? But it's not used for routing at all. Okay? Any questions about this? So by default, you have VLAN 1 is there on the switch by default, but you have to configure it with an IP address. Okay, so now let's go to our switch. Any questions about the router? All right. CLI enable config host name S1, correct? No IP domain lookup. Okay, good. And no shutdown. Okay. Now we need to configure interface VLAN 1 and bring it up. Interface VLAN 1. Give it the IP address from the table with the subnet mask. Enter. Bring it up. No shutdown. All right. One more thing we need to give for the switch also, we need to set up an IP default gateway. What is the IP default gateway for this router? What will it be? Look at the diagram here. The first interface of the router. It will be this one, G0/0/1. Okay, IP address, which is 192.168.1. Okay. All right, let's continue. So we'll go back one level down, because this is for the whole switch. And then we put IP default gateway, enter. Okay. And then yeah, this is exit here, no need for it actually, because we have done it before. Okay. If I do exit, this one here is wrong. Here you are in the config mode, not in the interface mode. So no need for the exit here. Okay. To verify connectivity, you need to be able to ping from PCA to BCP. Okay, now before we do that also, let's display the router table, please. Show IP route on your router. Show IP route on your router. Show IP route. Okay, this is our IP route. Okay. So you will get connected, the static routes. Okay. Look here, we have, see, is connected 192.168.0/24. All right, let's continue. What code is used in the routing table to indicate a directly connected network? C. Please, this is our important question. This is important. C is for directly connected networks. How many route entries are coded with C? If you look here, we have 2. Okay. What interfaces type are associated to the C-coded routes? We have here G0/0/0 and G0/0/1, which is your router interfaces. If we want to check IP version 6 route, we just type the command show IP version 6 route. Okay. If you want to display our IP interfaces on the router, this is the command. Okay. This is all for diagnostic and troubleshooting. So here, if I want to do this command, enter, this will show me the IP configuration specifically for this interface. Okay. Remember our old good command, show IP interfaces brief. Remember? I think it's spelling mistake here. Yeah. This one will show us brief of all the interfaces. It's also very useful, although it's not mentioned here, but we have done it before. It's useful for troubleshooting. And it will show you if it's up or down. And alhamdulillah, they are all up. Okay? Okay? There is one, if I want to do show IP version 6 route. This is IP version 6 route. Okay. What else? What is the operational status of this interface? Of course, it is up. What is the media access control MAC address of G0/1? Okay. You can look in the command there. When we did show IP interface, it will show me. Show IP interface Giga Ethernet 0/0/1. It will show me. This is wrong. You see, it's not G0/1. It is G0/0/1. Okay? So there's a mistake in the documentation here. If I want to do specific interface IP address in version 6, this is the command. It's the same command, only we add IP version 6. Okay? Yeah. Did you put the interface? I'll come and look at it. Okay, now let's continue here. We'll do this command here. Exit. Enter. Show IP version 6. What happened here? Show IP version. Is a mistake? 6. No. Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. Now we are at the switch. Yeah. That's for the router. Yes, you are right. I didn't know we moved to the router. All right. Okay. Now to display the summary list of the interfaces on the router, I have already given you this command. Show IP interface brief. Okay. We can also issue this command on the switch. Show IP version 6 interface brief. We can do this command on both the switch and router. Okay. You see, now it's working. All right, now let's go to the reflection questions. If the Giga Ethernet 0/0/1 showed that it was administratively down, what interface configuration command you would use to turn the interface up? No shutdown. So, what would happen if you had incorrectly configured interface G0/0/1 with an IP address of 192.168.1.2? It will not be able to ping computer B because BCP is on a different network than PCA switch. Okay, and then you need a default. You need a router. You need a default gateway to go through. Any questions? Okay, I think now they gave you here all the commands. Show run, it will show you everything. Show run brief on the switch, also you can do it. Okay, that's it for this lab. Show run brief. I always. Oh, it will work only on the. Why? No, even in the switch. Even in the switch, show run, okay? Show run, okay, use show run. In the switch, it should work, of course. Here. This is the command, show run brief. It's running, it should work on the switch also. For some reason, it's not working here, okay? Show run brief, that's the command. Okay, now let's go to the router. Let's do our show run. And then you have everything is configured. Are we done yet? No. Don't forget, we need to copy, run to start, enter, enter. And do the same thing on the switch. Please, in the exam, don't submit without saving. You tell me why I'm getting very low mark, because you did not save your configuration. You closed it without saving. Okay. Copy, run, start. Copy, look at the command here, copy, run, start. On the switch and on the router. Enter, enter. Okay. Okay, so this is the end for this lab. Can you please now do ping to verify the connection?